YouTube. This is episode number 2. If you're listening to this on Patreon, I mean, it's episode number 2. The first beginning of this is going to be a Raw preview. We're going to talk about wrestling. Then we'll talk about the Madden shooting, the craze that's going on, every political agenda being claimed by this. It's going berserk everywhere. Then we're going to talk about some gaming news, PUBG, big news on that, and there's a few other things. But let's go into Raw. So Monday Night Raw is tonight. The Shield is going to be back tonight after neutering the fans. There's a big debate between... There's actually a lot of fans that don't believe at all that, that they did this to quiet the Brooklyn crowd. That this was just part of the plan, and they related it to an old story in the NWA and a couple other things back in the day. And I was like, oh, man, I get it, but I don't know. But
they feel like this was planned all along.
Yeah, that this was you're buying into it the wrong way, or you're trying to use it as an excuse for hating on Roman or whatever it is. I'm not, but I don't know. I'm not very excited for Raw. I assume the Shield opens up Raw tonight or shows up.
I think Braun Strowman might actually.
Yeah,
that's what I'm leaning with. I mean, I could see either way, one of the two of them. But I think we're definitely going to see Strowman demanding to face Roman, face to face. Because he sent out a tweet a few days back, I think on Friday. He said, "I don't need to surprise you to cash in my money in the bank. I promise to do it face to face. Face me in the middle of your yard on Raw, Roman. And if you're really a man, you'll come alone." So big words from the monster in the bank.
And you think when the Shield ends up getting in the ring with him or something, that's when the lights will go out and Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper will be there?
That is interesting for sure. We've heard a lot of speculation and rumors that they might end up trading because Constable Corbin is taking over for Kurt Angle. It's speculated that Kurt, with being gone, we're going to see Corbin go on this tyranny control spree, and from there he'll send Finn Balor to SmackDown. In return, they'll get Luke Harper, and it'll be a reuniting of the Wyatt family. So certainly makes sense. Maybe this week we'll see Braun get his ass kicked again, and the next week we'll see the Wyatt family come out, and that could lead to a 3-on-3 for Hell in a Cell if we don't end up getting the tag match that we expected. So
yeah, it really seems like they're putting. It is possible that before that happens, Drew Galloway and Dolph Ziggler come out to help. But it doesn't make any sense because Braun is
a face.
The face, yeah, unless they're going to do something different.
That's the thing, though, that there are no real faces and heels anymore, almost. Right. It's kind of all of a gray area.
This is the worst case, by the way, this is the worst case scenario for me. This is what I said I didn't want more of. I don't care about you casuals out there that love Roman. I don't care about you people out there that just, and like whatever. I watch literally a half-ass everybody. Like, everybody's a half-ass face and heel. I'm so sick of the 50-50 booking and 50-50 characters. I want somebody to go full-fledged fucking heel or full-fledged face. I don't know. It's so horrible to watch this.
Yeah, because you got Braun, who's the face, but he's bullying and destroying Kevin Owens and getting cheered for it.
Yeah.
But when this would happen back in the Attitude Era, all of these actions would be booed. That would be the bad guy.
Right.
Kevin Owens would be the Stone Cold kind of type, getting cheered for in a sense, trying to fight back and escape adversity.
I never got that narrative that I never believed that narrative either, though, where people said that, well, Braun's the bully kind of, I never saw that. I got what somebody made a news report on that, and then people commented on that, but I never bought that. I always thought, no, Kevin's the heel. He's like the Weasley heel. If Kevin said, I want to fight you one-on-one in a fair match, like, I'm not backing down, I'm not going away from you, and then Braun, like, cheated or did these terrible things to him, like, then you could see that. But, Kevin was always kind of like being Weasley, and I know that that's how they portrayed him, and it wasn't the best job of it, because it was a little bit like, why is he going after Kevin? It's kind of weird. But it was more like the Weasel versus the the good guy. It really never came across that way to me.
Yeah, I saw it both ways. Honestly, it was a very bizarre scenario the way they handled it, but
they certainly didn't book it well, the right way.
No, it
especially
was not
when
handled well at all.
That's
not
they
just
clearly
on their angle.
But they clearly made Kevin the heel. They clearly were trying to make Kevin the heel. So why did they even leave that window open where it seemed like he was kind of sympathetic? Like, how weak?
Yeah, because they started off, and then he actually tried to befriend, you know, and you know, make amends with Braun.
Well, the
talking
hint
about
there
how
is
his kid looks up to him, and you know, he could be the new tag and all that stuff.
But that's like being pathetic. That's like, you know, you do something to somebody, then you're like, listen, don't hurt me because my kid likes you. Like, and like,
oh yeah,
you know, he's doing the Saddam Hussein, putting kids in front of his fucking, you know, church or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, it certainly has that parallel to it, and that's the unfortunate part.
They didn't do a good job though of conveying it because obviously many people drew that line. So there you go.
But it wasn't a long stretch either to feel like, oh yeah, he's being bullied, you know, and that, like you said, leads a lot to be desired. And plus, we have Dean Ambrose getting, you know, a win over Dolph Ziggler last week, so now we're going to see him clash with Drew McIntyre this week. So that, you know, he faced one, now he's got to face the other. So where does that leave Seth and Drew for Hell in a Cell with you know, Dolph and you know, it's a mess. It's all a mess. So because you brought the Shield back, you interjected them in a different storyline, but they already have a previous story established. So it's not like where, you know, one complements the other. You're literally neutering one, like you said, by causing the other. It's just very confusing. So the only thing I'm curious is to see is who they're going to set up for Ronda to face for the women's title.
Oh my God. I almost don't care. Is that weird? Like,
well, because you know she's going to win. I mean, it kind of just...
Yeah.
But I'm not sure who they're going to have her face. There's quite a few options, but... I mean, we saw her attack Stephanie the week before, so is she going to have any type of repercussions? Are they going to suspend her again so we don't see her until Evolution? I mean, that's a real possibility as well, because she put Stephanie in that weak armbar.
Right.
You know, and they do these kind of things to get themselves out of trouble. So
I don't even know what they're going to do, and I honestly I can't even speculate on it. I think Ronda's probably going to hold the belt a long time, I would think.
I feel that way as well, but...
Did you hear this person that tweeted out Sasha saying, like, she's got nothing nice to say about gay people?
I had not heard that. No, that's...
It's not real. It's, you know, somebody was like, I can't believe this, and they tweeted it out, and it's like, it's got like 500 likes and like hundreds of retweets and stuff like that, and it's her like being like, I have nothing to say after a question about gay fans, and it's, you know, completely fake. It's fabricated, but it's like circulating everywhere. So like I even tweeted Sasha like, you know, this is ridiculous. I mean, you're kind of a moron if you believe it. And it's not even that bad because it's just like, oh, I have nothing to say about it. Like it's not even like, it's a very, I don't know, just what a stupid, like what the hell's wrong with people? But anyway, as far as wrestling goes, I really have nothing else to say. I think tonight's Raw will probably be boring. Unless,
yeah, a bit of a cluster truck, that's for sure. Because they're trying to recover, and you know, the problem is, you know, Brock's gone now, so they definitely have that power vacuum in a sense. And for what we're hearing, especially like cage side seats, I mean, obviously we knew Brock's focus is 100% on UFC from here on out. He does have a you know, tentative plan to return to WWE.
Yeah, he
said he enjoys it. He wants to come back. But it makes sense. They didn't use him on Monday because what were they going to do?
Yeah, it would have been in the way for him to show up.
He was advertised to appear, you know, and people were, even I had said it kind of sucks that they didn't say that he wasn't going to appear, but, you know, they had that little bait and switch to get people to still come to the show and be in the arena. And I get that, you know, it's not an easy thing, you know, trying to sell tickets and whatnot. But all in all, it's unfortunate that that's what it has to come down to at this point in time. And I worry about how they're going to handle him going forward. You know, when he's going to come back, does he get that immediate rematch? Like they said, that could be what happens. I just don't want to see, you know, Brock regain the belt at any point in time. It didn't work well for me personally. But putting my feelings aside, I mean, it certainly feels like he'll be gone for quite a long time, probably till after the new year, heading into WrestleMania season. So
I'm not sure if my buddy John, Red Rum Insidious, is listening. I don't know if he has Patreon or if he still listens on the YouTube channel, but I just want to wish him a good recovery. He got a big flare-up of something he's been dealing with a long time. So hope he gets. It looks like he's going to get better, but he's just probably in the hospital for a week. So shout out to you, man, Johnny Horror, if you're listening. Don't know if he is, but whatever. Either way, it's awful. I saw his Instagram earlier.
That sucks. Hopefully, gets on the mend quick.
Yeah, it's just fuck. I don't know if he tells people, but I mean, I'm sure he does. He tweets it, but whatever. I don't know. But it's awful what he has. I mean, luckily he should live. It's not nothing like that, but it just sucks, man. I see all these people with all these things, and it's like I'm pretty lucky right now. My biggest problem is like, I'm probably gonna be sick soon from all this stress, but I think that's just about it. For the wrestling side of things, we're gonna move over, talk about this Madden shooting, talk about the some other things going on, the PUBG, huge PUBG news. We're gonna talk about that. So for everybody on YouTube, thanks for listening. If you're on Patreon, obviously you're gonna keep listening to the show in audio form here on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show in the $5 tier. And so the Jake and Joe podcast continues on Patreon. And thanks to all the patrons for making the YouTube videos possible as well. So let's talk about the... which one do you want to talk about first? The Madden thing or the...
We'll start happy, I guess.
Start happy? You want to end sad? You want to end... Well, I guess Raw is sad too, so we should...
Exactly. We'll end with a rager.
All right, so let's talk about the sad... So you want to talk about the happy right now?
Yeah, we'll start off. We'll do the reverse.
Okay, so we'll talk about PUBG. Assume PUBG is happy. Is it good news?
Yeah, that is indeed.
All right, PUBG's happy news.
All
right. See you guys on YouTube. We'll see you, but Patreon, we're still here. Okay.
All right, so the whole time we've been